Well, the big challenge I think in the community is just how much of a hurting city Baltimore is. And the impact of this community police chaplain force is great, but we thought we could really increase their effectiveness. It sounds grandiose, but we really thought we could increase the health of the community through the reduction in violence.
San Francisco has a heavy populations of homelessness. So the intent was to get students to be there and to offer spiritual care.
Probably a fourth of the population in San Francisco is Spanish speaking. And we thought we wanted to serve an underserved community, and that was why it was really important to do that.
We have a sizable Latinx community population in Grand Rapids that I think many people in Grand Rapids just aren't quite aware of.
We designed this idea of could we make corrections a satellite center of Norwalk Hospital and be able to actually educate currently employed prison chaplains.
My colleagues don't have CBE, so we wanted to bring that in to make them better chaplains, make them more effective with a very isolated, vulnerable population.
And then we discovered the biggest challenge. People had to work to live.
My hospital was supportive but wouldn't supply funding, so the Innovative Grant program from ACPE was such a godsend for us to be able to explain our project and its importance, new context for teaching, and it got us the seed money that allowed us to really start.
We received a grant through ACPE for the Innovative program to do a bilingual in English and Spanish CPE program at the San Francisco Night Ministry.
We could actually do this pilot project and it didn't have to cost the students 1 penny. That was the greatest thing. In fact, one of the programs that received a grant from ACPE provided the support to get the handbook in Spanish.
Some of the challenge was translating our handbook into Spanish, and so some of the funds that we received paid for that because it was $10,000 that our department just didn't have.
The grant money really gave us a footing to say we're going outside the walls of the hospital, we're going to be involved in the community in a deeper way, and we're going to partner with the Baltimore City Police Department.
And it also shows that our organization, ACPE, takes care of their own as well as support the innovative work that their members are doing in our community.
You know, Eric really created a safety zone for these prison chaplains who have never been able to talk about their struggles and their fears about working in corrections, and this allowed them to come together as a group, to have peer support around their concerns, and to be able to access their own vulnerability and their own wounds and talk about it. So that was really transformational for them.
And Baltimore, as you know, have a lot of systemic issues around race and around gender. And to see pastors in leadership, different gender, different race, different sexual identity, to see how you collaborate and you can make a community among yourself. So much of what we've done, you know, is model for them that you could do it, you could be different.
We're building trust in the Latinx community. There's at least 6 pastors who now have some formal spiritual care training and know a lot more about what they're doing and are much more able to accompany and provide really effective and helpful spiritual care for people who are really hurting and for people who feel very isolated in Grand Rapids.
One ministry definition for me is matching a need with a resource. And that's what innovation funding grants do. It's here's a need, there's a resource, ministry. That's my sense, and I appreciate very much that ACPE has, and the foundation has moved into that area, helping to get us to think outside of the box and to think of alternative ways to really do CPE and ministry in our communities.